Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 7th of May, 2014, and this is episode 88. 88. And tomorrow, May the 8th, is the hub's birthday. How about that? We'd like to say a big welcome back to all of our returning viewers. Yeah, love you. We're backwards. Yep. And a big hello to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. We have some members who have introduced themselves in the Ravelry group. What are you laughing at?
The lawnmower.
Oh, I know. I think that they must decide to lawnmower when they know we're going to be recording. Like they even know. It's like the university mowing. They don't know. So anyway, we had some people introduce themselves in the group. And we want to give them a shout out. So why don't you shout out to them?
Okay. Nina Crazy for Crochet, who is Nina from Maine. Pinky Peppy, who is Gabriella from Germany. K2P2 Mama, who is Pam from Maryland. And
Noni Baloney,
who is Nikki from California.
So welcome to the group. Thanks for introducing yourself. Thanks for introducing yourself. That didn't sound grammatically right, but I guess it is. If you are not a member of our Ravelry group, hit the pause button right now and go join. It's a Geeky Girls Knit podcast. Go ahead. We'll wait. Okay, and now find the introductions thread and introduce yourselves. And if you do, we will give you a shout out on the next episode. Yeah? All right, we have a lot to talk about. You should see the pile of stuff. This way and this way. A lot to show you. So, we should probably get started. So here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what's on our needles and spindles.
So what's on your needles and spindles, Mare? Let me help you hold it. All right, so what is this?
This is the Delancey cardigan by Alexis Winslow on size US 9s, 5.5 millimeters, and the yarn is King Cole Merino Blend DK in the slate blue and bark colorways.
All right, so tell us what we're seeing here.
The back.
This part right here is the back. And then this part folds to make the front. So, what have you finished here?
I don't.
You finished one of the fronts.
Yes. Oh.
And now you're working on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll do the rest of this front.
Yes.
Yes. And then graft the front and the back together where they meet, right? Mm-hmm. So you've made good progress this week. How many balls of wool have you used?
I don't know.
How many did you buy total?
I don't know. That's why I don't know.
Okay. Are you enjoying the knit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do you have anything else you want to say about it?
No.
No? Okay, well you're doing a good job. I love the definition at the fold. I think it's really pretty. All right, well what else you got going?
I don't have anything on my spindle.
That must mean you have something in the next segment. Well, do you have something about to go on your spindle?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? Oh, it's a fluff.
35 grams of carded bat. British Shetland and Merino.
It smells good too.
It doesn't look like 35 grams.
It is 35 grams.
Doesn't look like it.
So this is the final, you have blue hair. This is the final one out of your Learn to Spin kit, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So are you going to spin it on your Learn to Spin spindle or are you going to spin it on your new Turkish?
I don't know.
I vote Turkish, but that's just my 2 cents. Are you going to wear your blue hair the entire episode? No. Are you excited to spin it?
Yeah.
It's very pretty. All right. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, then maybe I should talk about my stuff. Okay, so first up I have my Delancey cardigan that I'm doing. The same pattern as Damaris. Mine's on US 8s, though, 5 mil, in the same yarn, King Cole Merino Blend DK in the silver and dusky pink. So I finished the fronts and the back, and I've seamed the shoulders. So this is the front. That's the completed back. And I've done the sleeve cap, and I'm working on the sleeve, the first sleeve. So I'm making progress. I tried it on, it fits well. Once I finish the sleeves, you pick up and do a border along the bottom, and then you pick up and do the button band and the collar. This is for our March, April, May sweater knit along, and for hashtag Matchy Matchy Cal with the Knitboard Girls. So I'm loving that, and I want to wear it, but I must wait a little while. Okay, next up, I'm making a pair of vanilla socks for a friend of ours for his birthday. These are on US 1.5, 2.5 mil in the Four Seasons Grundle Hot Socks print in the 519 colorway. This is the first sock. I have about 2.5 inches to go before I start the heel. He's got a rather large foot. So that's making progress. Next thing, I have another super secret project on the needles. I can show you the yarn on this one though, because this is not what the finished yarn will be. So I am working on the pattern in, holy crap, that's bright. That's not the name of it. Regia Floramania color in the leaf colorway, and it is brighter than that. It's not even picking up the brightness.
Doesn't that remind you of a leaf?
Oh, it does remind me of a leaf, yes. I'll show you the back of the sock so you can see how the color's knitting up. It's so much brighter than that in person. I'm doing this on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. This is for a collaboration with our local yarn shop, Ginger Twist Studio, and she'll be dyeing a special colorway for this pattern, but there's a possibility that it's going to be a tight turnaround. So I'm going to go ahead and work up the pattern in this yarn to make sure and work out all the details, and then we can knit up a sample in the final yarn. So I'm excited for that. And I have started a new spinning project. Oh, look at that prettiness. I have 9 of these little bumps from the Border Tart, and together the 9 bumps make 50 grams. And it's got merino in it, but then it's got just random other stuff in it. Try not to crinkle. It says that it may include any or all of the following: alpaca, angora, banana fiber, cotton, linen, mohair, soya fiber, and silk. So, I'm working on just the first one. I just started spinning this yesterday, and I'm spinning it on my mini Turkish spindle. So, that is everything that is on my needles and spindles. That's a lot. All right, well, it looks like we have stuff in the next segment, so we should probably move on.
Now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
So what did you finish this week, Damaris? Pretty. Hold it up close so they can see the gorgeous detail of it. The camera's on that side, sweetheart. That is lovely. So what is this?
50 grams of North Ronaldsy fiber from Hilltop Cloud and spin kit.
And how many plies did you do?
2.
And what weight did you end up with?
Sport.
And how many yards?
180.
That's great, Damaris, for only your second spinning project, right? I am very impressed with you. It's not quite dry yet. We're going to go hang it and let it finish drying, but that's lovely, sweetheart. You did great. Anything else you want to say about it?
No.
Okay. Let me show mine. I also have finished spinning. This is 50 grams of merino and Tessa silk from the Border Tart. And I ended up with sport weight 2-ply, 172 yards. And I love how it turned out. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it yet, but I love it. So, that is an FO, and we'll hang those up and let them finish drying. I'm going to let you put that over there so we can hang them back up. And then I also have a finished preemie hat for the week. This is number 5 out of my pattern top-down preemie hat. And our local knitting group is knitting them to donate to charity. This one is done out of, it's on US 6 4mm, and it's in Robin Chunky in the Claret and Sirdar Bonus DK in the Flint. So that makes number 5 that I have done, and it will join the stack of colors over here to be donated to charity at the end of June, right? Yeah. So that's what we finished this week. Yay! All right, so let's move on to the next segment. Look, I've grown 2 feet. No, not really. Now it's time for my favorite part of our show. Yummies! What are yummies, Mare?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And I'm wearing my first yummy. Just stand up so I can show you the whole shirt. So it's a Hello Kitty River Song Doctor Who shirt that says, "Hello, sweetie." And my mother-in-law sent it to me. And I love it. I've been saving it to wear for the podcast before I wore it any other time, so y'all could see Hello Kitty, Hello Sweetie. I love it. I love River Song. She's my favorite. Okay. We're going a little bit out of order. I realized. That's okay. So, y'all know that I've been working on a lot of super secret projects. Well, I can share some of the details now of those 3. So, I am collaborating with Julia, her Ravelry name is Nimruse, Nimruse, and she is the dyer behind Pandia's Jewels yarn. And she and I have collaborated to do a Doctor Who Companions sock club. Memberships will be going on sale sometimes later this month, May. And the yarn will ship out in July, August, and September. And you will get a skein of her yarn. I believe it's on the snug base. I think that's right. You will get a sock pattern from me designed especially for that colorway. And she's also working out some details on some bonus things. If you are interested in the patterns, they are going to be exclusive to the club until sometime in 2015. So if you want to get your hands on the 3 Doctor Who Companion sock patterns that I've been working on this year, you'll want to join Julia's club. So I'm going to put a link in the show notes to a thread in her Ravelry group where she is giving details about the club and where she'll be announcing when they go on sale, the memberships go on sale. So you should definitely check it out if you are a Doctor Who fan and are interested in some gorgeous sock yarn and sock patterns by me and some other little goodies too. Yes? Alright, so wanted to share that now that I finally can. Okay, So I got some new needles this week. That's the wrong thing. I bought a set of Hiya Sharp US 1.5, 2.5 mil, 9-inch circulars, so 23 centimeters. Yeah, 23 centimeters. And I am using them on the vanilla socks that I am knitting for our friend. So see how tiny that is? Look how tiny the little needles are. So I am trying and seeing what I think about it. I have figured out that it is much easier to knit English, so throwing with them, than it is to try to knit continental. Yeah. So, and while we were in there, I couldn't pass up buying yarn. So I got one skein of Lofty from Woolly Knit Crafts. It's 80% super soft merino wool and 20% nylon. It is 100 grams, 104 meters, 116 yards in the colorway Olive. And the reason I bought this is because I am actually thinking of knitting a sweater out of a very similar colorway to this. It's a smidge different, but I typically don't wear this color, but I have been so drawn to it. And I don't want to knit a whole sweater out of it and then not ever wear it because I don't like the color on me. So I bought just one skein of this to knit like a cowl or a scarf to wear and see what I think. What do you think? I'm thinking of doing the Miranda, which has got the cable-y panel down the front with the pockets. I love pockets, and a hood. And I'm thinking of doing it short sleeves so I could wear a long sleeve t-shirt under it. So I'm going to knit up something with this and wear it and see what I think of the color and let that help me decide whether I want to buy a sweater's quantity of a very similar shade to this. And got the needles and this at our local yarn store, Ginger Twist Studio. Highly recommend. All right, what else in there?
We got new badges. 100 of them.
100 of them. You want to show a close-up of them? So they say Geeky Girls Knit with our website. And what are these badges for?
To give to people.
Where?
Anywhere.
But what specifically did we order them for?
Unwind Brighton.
Unwind Brighton. So we'll talk about that more in a few minutes. But if you want a Geeky Girls Knit button, meet up with us at an event that we are attending. Or send me a PM if you want me to ship one to you. You'll just need to cover the postage. Because unfortunately we can't afford to just send them to everyone. Okay, I got a new project bag. From my sweet friend Sam at Knit Run Dig. She's on Etsy. You always get a little stitch marker with it. And we had been talking because I wanted a coffee themed bag. And so she found this fabric, which is perfect for me. And this is a bigger wedge size bag. It's not her small one. With the great handle, which I love, and a little fob. And the inside, how well does she know me? She lined it with pink polka dots. Actually, white polka dots on a pink background, but you know what I mean. I love it. It just got here today, and I love it. Love it, love it. All right, so let's move on to GGK Crafty Pad. Yeah. We have one more winner to announce, the week 4 winner from our collaboration with Knitter's Pride Knit Pro. And the final April winner is Crafty Mama, who is Kylie from Australia. So congratulations to you, Kylie. Please send me a PM on Ravelry so that we can work out getting your prize to you. And now we're going to show you what?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos each. 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Yes, so here they come. So those were our favorite GGK Crafty Pad photos this week. This month in May, our theme is
Numbers and shapes.
Numbers and shapes. So it's never too late to participate. Where can they post pictures at?
Anywhere.
Where?
Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You get the gist.
So where do we pick our favorites from?
Instagram.
Instagram. So make sure when you post your picture, you hashtag it with GGK Crafty Pad so that we can find it when we are looking for our favorites. It's never too late to join in on the fun. Just do it. All right.
You got yours.
I put it down there in the what we're watching. Is that okay? Okay. We watched a movie this week, but we'll talk about it in what we're watching. Okay, so upcoming events where I'll be attending if you want to catch up with us. Weekly on Mondays, we attend the Town Mouse Knitting Club, which is our local knitting group here in Edinburgh. Edinburgh Guild of Weavers, Spinners, and Dyers, the next meeting is May the 17th. We will be participating in the Edinburgh Yarn Crawl on Saturday the 21st of June from 11 to 5 with an after party afterwards. Thus, an after party. And our local yarn shop, Ginger Twist Studio, is hosting this with Kathy's Knits and Bee Inspired Fibers. There's a link in the show notes if you want more details. And finally, we will be attending Unwind Brighton on the 12th of July. We will be participating in the podcaster meetup on Saturday, the 12th of July at 1 p.m. in the mezzanine, which is the upstairs of the cafe in the Corn Exchange. So if you are attending, please let us know. We'd love to meet up with you. We know there will be several podcasters that we enjoy. Knit Run Dig will be there. Stealth Dragon. Zena, formerly of the Nitty Natter podcast, will be there. Playful Day. Yarns from the Plain. I'm blanking. There's a bunch, and I'm totally just blanking on who all is coming. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to leave anybody out. I just can't remember. There will be quite a few of us, though. So we would love to meet up with you if you are coming to Unwind Brighton. All right. Is that everything for Yummies?
Yep.
Yep. That was a lot. All right. So let's move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
So, what are we reading?
Are
you reading anything right now?
No.
You're finishing up Emma, your paper on Emma by
Jane Austen.
Yes. How close are you to being done with that?
Not very close.
Oh, okay. But then once you finish that, we'll pick up and finish
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz, that we've read quite a few of the books of. Alright, I finished reading The Knitter's Life List, To Do, To Know, To Explore, To Make by Gwen W. Steig, and it was really pretty interesting, so I recommend that. I have started reading The Organized Kitchen. Keep your kitchen clean, organized, and full of good food, and save time, money, and your sanity every day. That's a long title. By Brett Simber. And this, I think, is my 7th nonfiction book of the year. My goal was to read at least one a month, so I am ahead of things. And I'm still reading the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. I finished reading The Fiery Cross, and now I'm reading A Breath of Snow and Ashes. So that's what we're reading. So now let's talk about what we're watching.
Criminal Minds, Season 8.
We are getting close to being caught up with it.
Mm-hmm.
We only have, about 6 episodes left in Season 8, and then all of Season 9. Anything you want to talk about any of the episodes this week?
No.
I can't think of anything. Alright. The Hubs and I are still watching The Mentalist. We're watching Season 2. And enjoying that. I finished watching Series 4 of DCI Banks, so I am completely caught up with that now. I also watched the final episode of Series 6 of Agatha Christie's Marple, and that was good. So I am caught up with that as well. Alright, you want to talk about the next one?
We finished watching season 1 of House, and we started season 2.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good one. Alright, now what were you wanting to talk about earlier that we watched this week?
We watched Frozen.
Frozen. So what did you think of Frozen? You liked it? Is there anything specific you would like to talk about that you liked?
No.
The music?
Yeah.
You've been singing it ever since we watched
Well,
it. Before that, actually.
Because we're doing it for musical theater.
The one song or more than one?
One song.
One song. Which one is it? Okay, you have to talk
Let
louder or
It
they
Go.
can't hear you. Let It Go. And are you enjoying that?
Yes.
Yes. And so now you're walking around the house singing it all the time. Alright, anything else you want to say about Frozen?
No.
No. Okay, do you want to talk about the next one too?
Sure. Warehouse 13, 5.3, A Fear to Remember, and 5.4, Savage Seduction.
So let's talk about the first one first. There was a Friday Night Lights reference. Did you watch that with me?
No.
So that made me laugh. And you want to talk about Claire?
Claudia got Claire one day out of her coma.
And who is Claire?
Her sister.
Her sister. Okay. And then we watched the new episode, Savage Seduction.
It was ridiculous.
It was very ridiculous. It was a telenovela that they ended up going through a TV artifact into. And so most of the episode was in Spanish with subtitles. ¿Dónde está Arturo? Arturo! And Pete's mustache. It was hysterical. We were laughing so hard watching it last night. So, alright, so what's up next for Warehouse 13?
5.5. I don't know how to say this.
I don't either. I would guess maybe Kankushisi? What does it mean?
It's Mandarin for Warehouse 14.
Alright, and when is that on?
The 12th.
The 12th, so that's Monday, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Today's the 7th.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, you want to talk about the next show too?
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 1.20, nothing personal.
OMG.
Coulson and Tahiti. What?
So he knew what Tahiti was, but had his brain wiped because he disagreed, but he left a video message for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee.
And Fitz and Simmons at the pool.
They were so cute.
Yes. And apparently, okay, we might have just heard some bits of the episode wrong, but we're very confused because of Coulson's resignation. But my dad thought it was resignation from all of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I thought it was just resignation from the Tahiti project.
Okay.
And that and the Battle of New York, because he was still at S.H.I.E.L.D. during that.
Yeah, because he talks about there being...
A mortally wounded Avenger, and...
That would have been at the Battle of New York, but he
Yeah.
resigned by then.
Yes, I think he was just resigning from the Tahiti project, but which mortally wounded Avenger? Because there were only 6 of them, and none of them were mortally wounded.
Yeah. So we're kind of confused. Possible continuity error.
I think.
It's been a while since we watched it, though.
I think so.
So.
Wait, It might have been Steve when they got him out of the ice. They had to wake him up. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. And what else was in this episode?
Kobe Smulders!
Yay! She's adorable. It was fun to have her back.
Marie Hill!
Alright, so when's the next new episode?
Yesterday, 1.21 Ragtag.
So we'll actually watch that tonight.
Ooh.
Alright, next up is NCIS 11.22 Shooter. I am
Brace
so...
yourselves.
Brace yourselves. I am done with Tony. I cannot even believe what he said. Do you know what he said?
I don't think they do. Why don't you tell them?
Let me tell you what he said. He said that Harrison Ford in Sabrina was not good. Sabrina is one of my favorite movies, and I adore Harrison Ford. He's one of my favorite actors, and Tony said that.
You like both versions.
I do. I love the other version too, which Tony liked, but he did not like the Harrison Ford one, and I love it. I have the soundtrack. I know all the songs. I know all the lines. I could quote it to you.
We don't have time for that.
But we don't have time for that.
No
so
one
I
has
am
time for
done
that.
with Tony. I'm so upset with him. I couldn't even really pay attention to the rest of the episode because I was so upset with Tony. So upset. The next episode is 11.23, The Admiral's Daughter. It was on last night, and we'll watch it tonight. And we'll see what Tony does. Maybe he will make amends for his comment that was just... Oh, I can't believe you, Tony.
But if he tries to make up, you can say, you can't buy me with your pepperoni.
That was from the previous episode.
You can't buy me with your pepperoni.
But you can buy me with yarn and fiber. We're also watching, the Hubs and I are watching NCIS LA Season 5. At least I didn't say needles. And we're also watching Person of Interest, episode 3.21 beta. OMG. I think everything we watched this week, I wrote OMG about. Because it's almost season finale time. So Harold turned himself over to the Samaritan people to save Grace, and I was crying, and there was tears, and then Root stole 7 of Samaritan's servers.
How many servers are there?
A lot.
Oh.
But I can't, and Grace doesn't know he's still alive. He kept her from falling. She had a blindfold on, and he kept her from falling, and she didn't know it was him. And I was like, oh. Next episode. 3.22, A House Divided. It was on last night, so we'll probably watch it tonight. Alright, and now we are to Revolution, episode 2.19. Bleep happens. Because we try to be a family-friendly show. We won't say the real word. I said, again, OMG. OMG. How could they end the episode the way they ended it? Is Miles okay? OMG. Is he going to be okay?
I think everyone in the show needs a lot of therapy.
Yes. Next episode is 2.20 Tomorrowland, and that's on tonight. Alright, the Hubs and I are still watching Arrow, episode 2.21, City of Blood. Laurel told Oliver that she knows that he's Arrow. And now the army of drugged guys is attacking, and are they going to be able to save the city?
Well, yeah, because they're going to have a 3rd season, am I right?
Yes. So they can't fail this city. You have failed this city. Next episode is 2.22, Streets of Fire. On tomorrow. No, tonight. We'll watch it tomorrow.
Elementary. 2.22, Paint It Black. Lucy Liu's directorial debut, and she did such a good job. Yay.
She did good.
Yay. Okay, but can we get serious for a minute?
OMG.
Mycroft, what the actual what? What? Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Why did you tell them why what?
Why? Just general why Mycroft. Just in general.
Okay, would you like to say anything specific about this episode?
She's some part of some secret agency thing, something.
When's the next episode?
Tomorrow, 2.23, Art in the Blood.
Art in the Blood. Alright, the Hubs and I are still watching Big Bang Theory season 7. Oh, it was the one where was it? I can't think what his name is. One of Sheldon's science heroes died. And it was emotional. Okay, we're also watching Once Upon a Time season 3. The baby was born. We saw.
What's his name?
They haven't said it yet.
I know.
It was a boy. And what's her name is very evil. The green one. Zelina.
The green one.
The green one. Yes, the Incredible Hulk has joined in on the show. No.
Well.
Yeah,
No,
so.
Kermit the Frog.
How fun would that be?
Oh my. This is just getting wild.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Yeah, so apparently.
Time really went downhill for season 4.
Apparently there's a 2-hour season 3 finale coming up this weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Alright, we're also watching the Crimson Field Series 1. Why does it say Season 1? It's not Season 1, it's Series 1. I think we have one more episode left of it. So we're enjoying that. Hubs and I are watching Continuum 3.7 Waning Moment. Most of this episode... Minute? Oh, sorry. Waning Minute. Yeah, every episode has minute in it. Most of this episode was set in the future, which was a little easier to understand, instead of time jumping back and forth. I thought it was really cool that Amanda Tapping from Stargate and Sanctuary directed this episode and last week's episode. I like her a lot. Amanda Tapping, she's awesome. Next episode is 3.8, So Do Our Minutes Hasten, on the 11th. That's Sunday. Okay, Damaris. OMG.
Castle, 6.22, Veritas. Okay, and okay, we got an end to the Joanna Beckett storyline.
Which is...
That's been going on since episode 1.
Season 1, yeah. So that's Kate's mother, who was murdered.
Yes.
And where was the crucial evidence?
In the Elephants on Parade.
That was on her
Kate's
desk. It was so sweet. And what happened?
They arrested Bracken.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
He can no longer cause problems.
Oh, yeah.
And who was flashbacked in this episode?
Montgomery.
Captain Montgomery.
He came back for a flashback.
Yeah.
He came back.
That was awesome. I was excited to see him. Even with everything that happened. It was still really cool to see him. Okay, and what's the next episode?
6.23 for better or for worse.
And it's the season finale.
Oh.
And what was the Hubs trying to say needs to happen?
Soap opera stuff.
No, he wanted a huge cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah, but he said he wanted at least one of them in a coma.
Oh, in a coma, that's right, I forgot about
It's like
that.
soap opera stuff.
It doesn't have to be a huge cliffhanger. Why can't they just get married and it be okay?
Like, that's good.
That's a good way to end a
Ending.
season.
Yeah.
So.
Although, something will probably happen. No. Maybe.
We'll see. Alright.
Oh no.
So, anything else about TV you'd like to talk about? There was so much OMG this week. OMG. OMG. Alright. Well, I think then we should move on
To the next segment.
Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May sweater knit-along.
Yes. So this started March the 1st and ends May 31st. You cannot have started the sweater before March 1st. And you have to be done by May 31st. And it can be any adult, child, or baby sweater that you knit, crochet, or weave. And feel free to double dip in other cows like we're doing with the hashtag Matchy Matchy Cow with the Knitmore Girls. So we had some people finish projects this week. You want to give them a shout out?
Yeah. Cat Wings, Lindsay, Luli, Chain of Fools, Kazi Nono, 2 sweaters,
Yes.
and Kelly Cron.
So way to go, you guys. Great job. So, you have, what's today? The 7th?
Mm-hmm.
So you have, what would that be, like 24 days to finish your sweater? So, get going on it and get them entered in the thread so that you qualify for a prize. Alright, on to the next segment.
Now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls.
Part of the show where you ask us a question and we answer it.
I'm not a geeky girl.
No. Today we are outsourcing the question, which explains why we're wearing different clothing, because we're actually recording this on a different day than we recorded the rest of the podcast. Okay. So today's question is from Knit Crazy Kate, who is Kate from Nebraska, and she asks, I saw Husker and Nebraska stuff in the background. We are big fans. Are you too? We are outsourcing this question to the hubs. Go!
Yes, I am.
Okay, you have to say more than that.
Yes, I am a Nebraska Cornhusker fan. The question I usually get asked after that is, have I ever been to Nebraska? And the answer to that is no, I've never been to Nebraska. And so the next question is, well, why do you like the Nebraska Cornhuskers? That's usually how that goes. And I think there's probably 3 reasons. It goes back to when I was in junior high and high school, and I played football. And one reason why I liked the Nebraska Cornhuskers was just because I like the color red, and their uniforms are red. So, yeah. But another reason was because...
You probably wouldn't like them if their color was pink.
Okay. Another reason was in high school, in junior high and high school, we sometimes ran an offense that was called an option offense, and Nebraska fans will recognize that for the longest time Nebraska had one of the best option offenses in the nation in college football, and so because of that similarity, I became a really, really big fan. I was a offensive lineman in high school, and so any teams, particularly in Nebraska, that had good running games, I was a fan of, particularly if they ran the option as well as Nebraska did. But the third reason that I like Nebraska so much was because they had one thing that no other school had in college football in the United States, and that was their head coach named Tom Osborne. And so everybody will recognize that name. He's probably the most legendary coach of Nebraska's history. And so I was really a big fan of his, and was actually pretty sad whenever he retired. So there you go. Those are the 3 reasons why I'm still a Nebraska Cornhusker fan.
All right. So, Kate from Nebraska, there is your answer. Damaris, what should they do if they have a question for us or to outsource to the hubs?
If you have a question, go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
And what can they ask us about?
Anything.
What's your favorite sandwich filling?
My favorite sandwich filling?
This was last week's question. Part of last week's question.
I think that would be hamburger.
Well, okay then.
Hamburger's a sandwich.
All right. You can ask us about sandwich fillings, although we'll probably answer the same way we did last week.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Well, since it's not snowing outside, no. Or crafting, or Scotland, or homeschool, or health, or pretty much anything. We'll answer it. If we don't know, we'll outsource it to the hubs. All right, on to the next segment. And with that, the show. Woo! It's like we travel in time. We're wearing different clothes again. So, we have talked a little bit about doing a Tour de Fleece team, which the Tour de Fleece starts on Saturday the 5th of July and runs through Sunday the 27th of July. And at this point, I think what we're going to try to do is join up with other podcasters and do a team together. So, watch for more details on that in the next few weeks. Okay? Okay. All right. What is coming up?
Summer.
And what are we going to do for the summer?
Knit.
Yes.
And rewatch things.
Yes. So, because the summer is coming up and we are excited, we are going to do a summer cal, beginning the 1st of June and ending, how many days are there in August?
30?
30?
One? No,
One?
30.
30.
I think it's just 30.
Ending the last day of August. And it is going to be called Summertime and the Living is Easy Cal.
Doesn't sound anything like what I sang.
I like this song. It's a Nora, well, it's done by a ton of people, but Nora Jones is the one that I listen to most often. In fact, we just listened to a little bit of it before we decided to talk about it. Would you please tell them what you're referencing so they don't think you're just going
Cabin Pressure.
Do you know what episode it is?
Bitten. It's the one where they all sing that song from a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court and juggle apples.
Okay, so you should go listen to that because Cabin Pressure is awesome. So, for our Summertime and the Living is Easy Cal, what works? What will count?
Anything you can convince us is summer related.
Y'all. And it can be knitting.
It's like our winter cal.
Yes. It can be knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, anything that's Ravelry approved will count. So, you could knit something that the colors remind you of summer. You could knit something that you can wear in the summer. You can knit something that has something summer related in the title. And I'm saying knit, I'm meaning knit, crochet, weave, spin, okay? Because we embrace all of those things. As long as you can convince us that it is summer related, it will count for the cal. So, watch for that thread to be coming open soon. So if you have questions or whatever, if you're not sure about something that might count, you can always either PM me or post in that thread and we will let you know. But coming up, Summertime and the Living is Easy cal. All right. We talked about last week that we have on our show notes the links to like the books and the TV and the movies and such are all Amazon affiliate links. Thank you to those of you who have shopped using those links. We get just a few pennies on each of those purchases, but it helps with shipping out prizes and purchasing prizes and purchasing badges and things like that. So if you are purchasing something on Amazon, we would greatly appreciate if you would click through our links on our site and shop so that we can get a little bit of that back to help us with the podcast. Okay? All right. I think that's everything. So why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. There are links to everywhere else we're online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yep. And with that, we are going to go, and we will say that we hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Happy knitting. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.